A very good morning to you and welcome to JoyNews Interactive live from digital address GA 0992539 in Kokomemle, Accra. You can watch the show on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144, and on YouTube we're My Joy Online TV. Join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are Joy News on TV. I am Mapito CBD. Now, residents along the Adenta Medina Highway have rejected an offer by government to complete partially mounted footbridges there by the end of the year next year, saying that it will be too costly a wait. Now, the lack of footbridges, according to the residents, is to blame for the deaths of as many as 119 pedestrians and vehicle knockdowns. There have been a lot of reactions on social media. Let's see what you have been saying. Let's start with Kwame Elom, who says, if it were to be V8 for ministers, all would be bought within 3 months. These are thieves in political uniforms. This one is from Abwaje Ya, who says, we can introduce traffic light system with zebra crossing as well as speed bumps. Now, a lot of people commented on this particular post saying that we can't put zebra crossings or speed bumps on a highway. It doesn't make sense. Let them just fix the footbridges. But that is Abwaje Yao's comment on our Facebook page. Let's see if we can check out more. Now, this one is from Nana Essi, who says, all what your authorities, I mean, the very people who feed themselves and their families on your taxes are saying is that they want many more Ghanaians to be killed on the road up to the end of 2019. Let's just check the number of those who have been knocked down and killed by vehicles on that Adenta highway and saw that the number is below the expectation. So wait, by 2019 they expect many more people would have been killed for them to see the need to fix the bridges. All right, trust me, he ends by saying that, trust me, if this should occur, they find the money and complete these bridges because some lives in Ghana are simply more important than the rest. This one is from Augustine Teta, who says, this is total nonsense. This footbridge has been there for years. Does it mean the leaders in Adenta and even the national leaders are blind? Sorrow for us. Asamoah Quick, who says, I heard it from your news item this morning and I wonder the statement made. Yes, 2019 is near, but can we do anything to protect lives? You know, if people are losing their lives, although 2019 is only just next year, I think we need to hurry up so that more lives are saved. But let's see. Isaac Amofa says, the message is simple and concise. We cannot wait until 2019. We will die protesting. This one is from Felix GH, who says, people are dying and you are here promising 2019. And Samuel says, Abi, our leaders, no they care. Wicked generation with wicked leaders. Send more of your Facebook comments on our page. We're Joy News on TV. Now, legal practitioner Samson Ladi has expressed shock at excuses given by some leading New Patriotic Party MPs over the failure to pass arguably Ghana's oldest bill, which is the Rights to Information Bill. Now, Katie Harmond has said passing the bill aimed at deepening transparency and public accountability will make governance difficult because there will be no secret in government. Now, Samson Ladi Ayeni, in a Facebook post on Thursday, called this claim a big lie. We'll be bringing you that post shortly, and explained most information at the presidency is exempt. He also expressed dismay at the majority leader, Oseiche Mensah-Bonsu, who has asked the media not to put pressure on Parliament to pass a law first drafted by government in 2002. Before we take your reactions on Facebook, let's take a look at Samson's Facebook post, the one that he was referring to, that it's a big lie. Okay, so it's quite a lengthy post. I'm just going to take snippets of it. Let's try to zoom in. So let's start with, Ghana has spent some 2 decades on a law for citizens to demand information about about how their taxes are used and about how the people put in public office operates on their behalf. Okay, I'm going to go further down, who says IEA led a draft bill in 1996. Government did its first draft in 2002, and same was reviewed in 2003, 2005, and then again in 2007, and it was laid in Parliament in 2010. Now I'm going to the last paragraph. Now, Majority Leader says they are being rushed into passing it, and they won't take that. And I'd just like to repeat. So Majority Leader is saying that they are being rushed, but this is a bill from first did its draft in 2002. Okay, very interesting there. And then let's go. He says, KT Harman says passing it will grind government businesses to a halt and leave the presidency without secrets. And Samson says, which is a big lie, as most information at the presidency is generally exempt. So you can go to his Facebook page and check out more of that. Now, we're going to take your thoughts on this. Let's take your thoughts on this. I mean, KT Harman says, no, Majority Leader, or say Chair Minister Bonsu, says media should not put pressure on them for a bill that was drafted in 2002. We shouldn't put pressure on them for a bill that was first drafted in 2002. I just don't get it. But let's go to your comments. Dramani Rhino says they're afraid of being exposed to the public. And this one is from Atipatech, who says, what do you need that bill for? It is my prayer it will never pass into law until good journalism people in the country. Okay, so good journalists in the country. You go to the court for information and you post what is not true. You call your panel men based on self-interest. This will not be in law. This will not be in law. Okay, and he tells us to go to hell. Interesting. Mensa Stephen says both NDC and NPP are too corrupt to pass such a bill. That is why the members of parliament need to be shown the exit. The law will favor the media, so they need to lead the campaign for the voters to follow. Desmond Boachi says, you people are only seeking for this bill to be passed into law so that after you have gotten hold of any vital information which is of national interest, you use it to seek for your selfish interest. If not so, information is always available out there for those who are serious. Prince Nana Kwame says both NPP and NDC are smart. See, the president, when asked of Jamafe committee, said he has forgotten about it now that the same report was used. Okay, that is good right now. Now someone gives advice that scold your son before you do others. Wisdom Okuti says, for me, I will blame the media. They're not making enough noise about it. And Manuel says, simply because of their corruption attitude. This one is from Munir, who says, it is sad how politicians behave when they are given power. All right, I'm going to take a quick breather, but I just want to repeat it again, that Majority Leader Osei Chairman Bonsu, who has asked the media not to put pressure on Parliament to pass a law that was first drafted by government in 2002. That's thoughts for you for this Tuesday, and I'm going to take a quick breather. When we come back on Twitter, Tuesday Thoughts were trending. I'll be taking some of that, so stay tuned. Welcome back from the breather. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapisa CB. Now, before I took the break, we're talking about residents along the Adenta Medina Highway having rejected an offer by government to complete partially mounted footbridges there by end of next year. And we took some of your Facebook comments, and we also spoke about passing the RTI bill, and the leader, Osei Menso Bonsu, who said media should not put pressure on Parliament to pass that law. Now, on Twitter, Tuesday Thoughts have been trending. I'll be taking some of that. Let's see. Our first hashtag Tuesday Thought is from @PenguinUKBooks, and they say, in 3 words, I can sum up life. Everything I've learned about life, it goes on. And that's a quote from Robert Frost. At its Maniac again, he says, may this help somebody today. Good morning, hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Happiness comes in waves. It will find you again. So if anyone is feeling down and under today, happiness comes in waves. It will find you again. But let's go back to at Progimini, who says, never waste your time trying to explain who you are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. This one is from at V Kohuli 18, who says, the people you choose to have around you make all the difference. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. This one is from at Nihasan0204, and she says, your problem isn't the problem, your reaction is the problem. Good morning. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. At Peter Q says, sometimes you just have to stop being scared and go for it. Either it will work or it won't. That's life. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And at Vic Moss says, another day, another gift of life, another opportunity to stay strong. Never ever think of giving up. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And the last tweet I'm going to take is from at Feel the Nature, and they say, people will notice the change in your attitude towards them, but won't notice their behavior that made you change. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. And she continues to say that, they continue to say that, if I cut you off, chances are you handed me the scissors. Speaking of thoughts, the Prince of Wales, addressing the Young Entrepreneurs Forum at the Accra International Conference, shared his thoughts on climate change and global warming.
I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that the impacts of climate change and global warming are already being felt by far too many Commonwealth citizens, not least through the devastation that is wrought ever more frequently by the terrifying hurricanes and cyclones to which our small island states in particular are so horrifyingly vulnerable. In November last year, I visited the Caribbean islands of Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda and the British Virgin Islands after previously visiting Malaysia, Singapore and India, to show my support to those communities as they struggled with the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma and Maria. And then earlier this year, I visited Vanuatu in the Pacific to see how they were recovering from Cyclone Pam, which wreaked havoc across that archipelago. Although in each of these island states I encountered a strength of spirit and resilience that was profoundly humbling, with the existential threat of climate-induced catastrophe growing ever more real, one has to wonder what the future holds. Now, I know, of course, that the effects of climate change are being felt every day by people across this continent as well, with increasingly erratic weather patterns representing a growing threat to food security and triggering the mass migration of millions of people. It is profoundly worrying, for instance, that Lake Chad is today just 1/10 of the size it was only a few decades ago. A catastrophic shrinkage which, combined with the southward spread of the Sahara Desert, is displacing whole populations and fueling bitter conflict. With such different parts of the Commonwealth, thousands and thousands of miles apart, facing such depressingly similar challenges, there is, it seems to me, tremendous potential for the Commonwealth to share best practice and coordinate its response to these kinds of disasters. Earlier this year in Darwin, in Australia's Northern Territory, I visited the highly impressive National Critical Care and Trauma Response Centre, which deploys world-class medical teams and facilities in rapid response to disasters overseas on behalf of the Australian government. To my mind, at least, it offered a compelling example of the sort of coordinated response that could be replicated elsewhere in the Commonwealth.
Prince Charles there on his thoughts on climate change. And as we just need to look at this because climate change is really changing the world. And you must just, recycle, reuse, reduce so that you can help climate change slow down. But still on the royal visit, musician Fuse ODG posted this video that we're about to play on his Twitter feed, and it started circulating on other social media platforms. And he was saying that he's genuinely confused about the fuss that's being made about Prince Charles' visit to Ghana. There's been a lot of reactions, but first let's take the video.
Yes, people, Fuse ODG here. I see that Prince Charles and Camilla are in Ghana right now, and I see Ghana pulling like their best resources for like their highest security and their best hospitality ever. We've even taken our kids out of school and they're waiting by the roadside in the hot sun, waiting to wave to them, not because they know them, but because we told them to. Are we willing to do the same for our royalties in Ghana? We really need to be careful how we're teaching these future leaders of Africa, because for these kids, they've never seen Ghana on lockdown for any African leader or any royalties in Africa. All they're seeing is us going out of our way to serve and praise these people who look nothing like them. When our king Otumfuo, when he goes over to, the UK, is he treated the same way? No, but we're constantly and continuing to just water the seed of inferiority that's been planted in us through miseducation, by the media, through religion, and these biased companies that just want to see us bleach our skin. And for all the people that's traveling all the way to Ghana just to shake their hands, I hope you are there with a purpose. I hope you're there to ask the right questions, considering the history between the British monarch and Africa and the traumatizing events of millions of Africans dying during the slave trade.
Something to think about there, but there's been mixed reactions to this video. Let's take some on Twitter. We're going to start with @Janet MGUK 2013, who says, yes, my mom always taught me, before you bring out the best china for your guests, make sure you always bring it out for your husband. We need to place more value to those who put in the work in our home first before placing value elsewhere, or the next generation will learn this. This one is from @Ed_Kobe, who says, education is key. School is a waste of time. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, because I mean, what he's saying that education is key, but school is a waste of time. I understand. Maybe if he's talking about the streets, okay, education is key, but school is a waste of time. But let's go to @Brakoshi, who says, our system is not the best, yes, but I think it's not really a waste of time as you claim. Exactly. So that tweet is replying to the school is a waste of time one. @Sam209 says, it makes me happy when people like @Fuse ODG, who are blessed to have such an opportunity, use their influence in a positive way to be truthful and direct about things that need to be said. It's time to eliminate the slavery mentality forced upon us as we shine as true Africans. DJ Flipper says, unless Africans are talking about a topic of the future, we will never grow. Forget about slave trade and what happened in the past. We cannot change the past, but we can change the future. Let's talk about investing in Africa. Mr. Levels3 says, my point would be, what will be in for Ghanaians this time round of the visit, since they always take from us? We shouldn't lose guard, rather look sharp. For I don't believe it's for nothing that man coupled with Camilla came here. Let's open our eyes this time, not to be swindled. @Rosabella_Omole says, this is real talk, and Africans, we need to change the ideas that were planted in our heads by the colonizers. Richmond K. Arthur says, even those who are supposed to know better are perpetrating it. Too many dead people wielding power, a mind without a master, and a people without a leader. Hot Steppers GH says, hey, Fuse, you do all. These are the things Ghanaians do, and they tend to look like their villagers. Wait, my eyes never open yet. It's so embarrassing. Now, after all the tours, going to Jamestown, to the Osu Cemetery, visiting the Asante Hene, the royals and the President Akufo-Addo, First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo, and the former First Lady were just showing us some of their dance moves. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed that royal dance as much as they did. Now, before I leave, let's take our video of the day. It's quite a throwback, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Mom, where are you going? My father sent me to buy something for him.
Hey, Moki, do you know what to do? Just sing one song, one for me, please now.
One song? When I ask you to do something for me now, you will refuse.
Something like how now?
You know now.
Okay, Maud, see, don't worry, Just sing for me now. Anything you want, I'll do it for you. Nah.
Are you sure?
It's a promise, I cross my heart.
Which song will I sing for you now?
That sweet one.
Biggie Biggie.
Hey.
Big Dada, tell me who had that. Kubon Siga, boosted the non-stopper. International, one chief rocker, like a pipi helmet. Jiggy Jiggy. Biggie Biggie. Heavy Heavy. Baby, do you want me? But trust me, not too many fly like me. The Big Daddy hollering me. I've a biggie, longer time. She down, wishing you was a friend of mine. Yeah, God bless, not to let Jiggy more. And Lily got to do this, what you're looking for. Biggie Biggie. Heavy Heavy. Baby, do you want me?
Alright, that was all from me and the JoyNews Interactive team. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, the conversation continues on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So do join us. We're JoyNews on TV. And I am Apito CBD.